Most digital spaces ask us to perform. They ask us to build a profile, grow an audience, defend an identity, react quickly, and present some version of ourselves to the world. And to be clear, I'm not saying all of that is bad. Social media has helped people find community, share work, learn, organize, create, and connect across the world. But I do think something happens when almost every digital space is built around being seen. When your face is attached, when your followers are watching, when your words can be liked, misunderstood, screenshotted, judged, or rewarded, at that point, you are not just speaking. You are speaking while being observed. That changes what can be said. That is the problem I've been thinking about for a while. What happens to the parts of ourselves that don't fit neatly into a public persona? The uncertain parts, the grieving parts, the contradictory parts, the parts that are still forming, the parts that don't want to become a brand statement. My intuition is that there is a place in the human mind that wants to remain alone, not because it has nothing to say, but because it often feels unsafe to speak. And modern digital life can make that even harder because the digital persona becomes another layer between ourselves and that quieter voice. So over the last year, I've been building something called the Aurelius Experiment. The idea is simple. Aurelius is a privacy-first reflection commons. You arrive, you leave a reflection, the system removes identifying details, and that reflection enters the collective. There are no profiles, no followers, no likes, no personal feeds, no public identity attached to the reflection. The goal is not to create another social network. The goal is to create a digital civic space where people can leave what they are carrying without having to turn that into performance. A reflection could be something small, a thought you'd had on a walk, a feeling you had after a difficult conversation, something you noticed about your life, a moment of grief, a moment of gratitude, a question you cannot quite answer, a strange insight from the top of a mountain, the beach, the city bus, a hospital, or in your bedroom at 2 a.m. in the morning. Individually, each reflection is just one point, but when enough reflections accumulate, something interesting can happen. Patterns can start to emerge. Aurelius uses AI to help identify those patterns, not as an oracle, not as a replacement for human meaning, but as an interpretive instrument. The AI helps anonymize reflections. It helps protect privacy, it helps surface themes, and it helps generate narratives from the collective. But the AI is not the point. The human signal is the point. That distinction matters to me because right now, so much of AI is being used to automate content, accelerate productivity, generate more media, and capture more attention. I'm interested in a different question. Can AI help us understand ourselves more deeply? Can it help reflect back what people are carrying beneath public life? Can it help turn scattered anonymous reflections into something like orientation? Not prediction, not prophecy, not absolute truth. Orientation. Think of constellations. A single star is just a point of light, but when people connect those points, they create a story. That story is not literally true in the sky, but it can still help people navigate. That is closer to what I want Aurelius to become. Aurelius is not trying to tell us the future. It is trying to help us see where we are. If enough people contribute honestly, maybe the collective begins to reveal recurring hopes, fears, tensions, questions, and forms of meaning that are usually buried beneath the performative internet. And that could become useful in many different ways. For writers, artists, and storytellers, Aurelius could become a living archive of emotional and philosophical material. For researchers, it could become a way to study reflection outside of normal social media incentives. For community builders, it could help reveal what people are actually carrying beneath the surface. For people interested in the meta-crisis, sense-making, inner work, or collective intelligence, it could become a small civic tool for understanding the emotional texture of the moment. And for ordinary people, it can simply be a place where you can reflect and witness what others are carrying too. Right now, Aurelius is approaching beta, and that means it is not finished. It is not polished in every way. It is still an experiment, but the core system works. People can now submit reflections. The system removes identifying details. Some reflections become public. Some are hidden if they are too sensitive, unsafe, or non-reflective. And the collective can generate patterns, narratives, inquiries, and poetic echoes from the reflections that are safe to share. The next step is the most important one. Then I need thoughtful people to test it. Not because I need users in the normal startup sense, but rather participants. I need participants. People who understand that the quality of the reflection shapes the quality of the collective. People who are more interested in meaning making, art, writing, inner work, systems thinking, civic technology, AI, psychology, or just a question of how we might build healthier digital spaces. I want people who are willing to leave real reflections, not posts, not hot takes, not brand statements, reflections. The point is not to perform insight. The point is to contribute honestly and sincerely, because the deeper experiment is this. If we remove followers, likes, identity, and reputation from the equation, what kind of human signal appears? Does anonymous reflection produce a different kind of collective insight than the performative internet? Can a digital space become more like a park, a library, an observatory, or a civic garden than a feed? I don't know. That is why it is called the Aurelius Experiment. Aurelius uses AI, but it is not primarily an AI project. The AI helps anonymize reflections and synthesize themes, questions, narratives, and poetic echoes from what people have actually contributed. The human reflection is the source material. The AI is simply the instrument. It is an experiment, but I think it is worth testing. So if this resonates with you, I would love to have you in the first beta group. Leave a reflection. Witness the collective, ask Aurelius what patterns are emerging, and help shape a digital space built around reflection instead of attention. This is the Aurelius Experiment, and I want you to help me create it, because together we can do something for the people, by the people. If you're interested in being part of the experiment, please email me at ed@pancommunity.org. That is PANCOMUNITY.org. And I will put you on the beta list and send you an email once Aurelius is ready to launch in about a week from now. So yeah, anyways. My hope is that Aurelius can become a small civic tool for collective orientation, a way to see what people are carrying beneath the surface of public life, and perhaps help us reflect more honestly. That's the work I'm doing. Thank you kindly for your time.